Assalamualaikum to our lecturer, Dr. Nur Zaliza. We are from Group 6 and we're going to present about entrepreneur profile. Introduction. Entrepreneur is an individual who create a new business, bearing most of the risk and enjoy most of the rewards. The process of setting up a business is known as entrepreneurship. For this assignment, we interview in food and beverage industry. We interview Puan Siti Nohasmah, the owner of Homemade Coffee Boys based in Selayang, Selangor.
Okay, we're talking about the background entrepreneur. The background of an entrepreneur and owner of Homemade Coffee Boy is Siti Nohasmah binti Muhammad Syamsi. She is 35 years old and married. During his marriage with his partner, she was blessed with 2 children, and she was born in Terengganu. After getting married, he has been residing in Selangor for more than 10 years. Before getting married, she continued his study and took a bachelor degree in legal course at one of the local university there. It is UiTM Shah Alam, and he initially opened this business in 2050 with the 10 concept only, which is F&B concept. Main factor to opening this coffee boy store is about the several factor.
Homemade Coffee Boys Cafe is a partnership type of business and was founded in 2016 as an F&B company by opening a small stall at parking lot near Stadium Selayang. Since then, the company already registered with Suruhanjaya Syarikat Malaysia or SSM. There are 2 founders of this company, which is Mrs. Siti Nohasmah binti Muhammad Syamsi and her husband Muhammad Izzuddin bin Muhammad Isse. At the very first time Homemade Coffee Boys was opened, they were focusing on selling variety of drinks such as chocolate, mocha, cappuccino, vanilla and more using big cup. Mrs. Hasmah said that she got the idea of using big cup for her business because she was watching a video of street food festival in Thailand. That's the opportunity that Mrs. Hasmah saw because in Malaysia, no other seller use big cup yet. Homemade Coffee Boys became customers' choices since then. 2021 is a year to remember by Mrs. Hasmah and her husband because in that year, Homemade Coffee Boys finally opened their first ever cafe at Gerai MPS Lama Mutiara, Batu Cave, Selayang. Even Homemade Coffee Boys is still a small relaxing cafe, Mrs. Hasmah has set their vision, mission and the objectives. The vision of Homemade Coffee Boys is to be the best halal cafe, while the mission of the company is to serve high quality services and products to meet customer satisfaction. Lastly, for the objectives of Homemade Coffee Boys, the company wants to create job opportunities for the locals, to open a cafe with chill and hipster concept, provide high quality services and product, and lastly, is desiring to innovate in products or menus. From focusing on selling variety of drinks, Homemade Coffee Boys Cafe becomes Selayang top pick as an enjoyable place to hang out. Homemade Coffee Boys started add up menus like desserts and Malay cuisine such as croffle, croissant, baby pancake, tom yum, white rice with traditional dishes and more at the cafe. These added menus will give a lot of options for customers, make it more enjoyable to hang out at the cafe with your family and friends. Homemade Coffee Boys Cafe open every day from 3 p.m. until 10 p.m. except on Thursday. At the cafe, there are 6 employees that keep running the business every day, which is 2 of the employees are the baristas, including her husband, 2 kitchens and 2 waiters. As a full-time government employee, Mrs. Hasmah admit that it is hard for her to focus on both business and her career, so that she handed the job of taking care of the cafe to her husband. But she still visit her cafe on weekend or part of her shift. Furthermore, when Mrs. Hasmah has been asked about the target market of Homemade Coffee Boys, the company has identified the local that lives in Selayang. This is why the concept of the cafe is more to relaxing yet aesthetical, so that customers from various ages can hang out at the cafe relaxedly.
Before starting her successful company, Mrs. Asma worked at a law firm, gaining skills in case management, documentation, and legal research. She then became a part-time teacher, honing her communication, time management, and leadership skills. These experiences helped her plan and launch her own business successfully, combining legal knowledge and teaching skills to build a rapidly growing company that contributes to the community. Her perseverance and commitment to lifelong learning were key to her success. Mrs. Asma is a remarkable individual who has never relied on a role model, instead focusing on her own potential and accomplishment. Her self-confidence stems from her belief in discovering inspiration within herself, allowing her to identify her strengths and weaknesses. This approach has made her a fearless and self-assured leader, enabling her to set meaningful goals based on her interests and abilities. Her unique philosophy of self-belief has led to exceptional personal and professional success, inspiring others to trust in their own abilities without comparison to others. Despite initial setbacks with her shop, Mrs. Asma persevered and innovatively started selling flavored drinks in large containers, which gained positive feedback. Her biggest challenge was a lack of funding, leading her to seek financial help from friends, family, and institutions. Her prudent money management and determination eventually paid off. Inspired by social media trends, she launched a business selling drinks in jars, addressing her community's needs and building strong customer relationships, which laid the foundation for her success. In 2015, at 26 years old, Mrs. Asma pursued her entrepreneurial dream with her husband, motivated by her desire for independence and creativity. Their decision was solidified when her husband declined an overseas job offered in Sarawak, prioritizing starting a family. With a newborn and seeking financial stability, they saw entrepreneurship as a better path. Despite initial challenges, their determination to secure a better future for their family drove their successful business venture. Mrs. Asma's father, a dedicated lawn gardener, and her mother, a compassionate homemaker, instilled in her a strong work ethic and determination. Despite her modest background, Mrs. Asma pursued her dream of becoming a successful businesswoman. She built her company from scratch, learning from setbacks and leveraging her innovation and perseverance to overcome challenges. Her eventual success proved that ambition and determination can lead to great achievement regardless of one's background, inspiring others to pursue their goals relentlessly.
My name is Nurin Aisyah Safrina binti Muhammad Supia and my metric number is A23A2648. I would like to talk about the entrepreneur at the time she started the venture. Main motivation is came from herself, which is Mr. Siti Noorasma binti Muhammad Shamsi. As an entrepreneur, she must be prepared to start her own venture, to face various challenges and many risks to become a successful entrepreneur. Mr. Hasma is 35 years old and married. During the marriage with his partner, she was blessed with 2 children. Because of that, the first primary motivation is she wants to survive their own family life because the economy at that time required a lot of expenses and she wants to provide the best comfort for his children. At the beginning of the business in 2015, from Mr. Sasma, she started a small business with a tent concept only on the side of the road in the Selangor area by selling big cup drink. The business sales on that time became viral because at that time there were no other sellers selling the same type of business and many customers repeat on it. For the business, Mr. Hasma is satisfied because many customers already know their own business. After Big Cup Dream business, Mr. Hasma embarked on the journey of launching homemade coffee boys in 2016. This is because she wants to upgrade their own business by using the result of his old business and wants to challenge himself by starting a business that quite big for him. For this business, Mr. Hasma likely stemmed from a passion for coffee culture, a desire to bring a unique and personalized experience to customers, and an entrepreneurial spirit to carve out a niche in the market. For now, Mr. Hasma is more focused on her current business, which is homemade coffee boys that also operating in Selangor. This business also get a good and satisfactory response because it has the same customer and new customer. Both business from Mr. Hasma are very encouraging to further develop the business in the future.
For conclusion, what can you learn from this entrepreneur? Before we start a new business, we have to be in the right mindset. For example, Puan Hasma and her husband doesn't have any background in business company or business family. They are both trying to figure out how to run a business by themselves, how to start it, how to explore their business in their way. Second is to be resourceful and creative all the time. Puan Hasma and her husband are constantly research for content to share on social media and modify how to run a business suit with their taste and how their way will run the process of company. And lastly is every entrepreneur need a business role model to stay motivated. Puan Hasma and her husband choose their children to keep moving in their business. Always try to figure out how to make their business bigger and bigger day by day, inspired by their children. That's all from us. Thank you.